Hello and welcome. My name is Saja Brown, and today we're going to be talking about, please, stationing. Stationing. Okay, we're going to be talking about stationing. And I know you're probably listening to me say this, and you're like, stationing? What? What does that mean? By stationing, I mean positioning. I mean where God has placed you, stationed you, as a soldier for the kingdom of heaven. And the reason why I chose to talk about um, this topic for today's video is because I've come to the realization of a few events that have led to a global discomfort with life. With life. Like everybody is just fed up with life. Everybody is fed up with life and they're fed up with where they are at currently. Everybody is ready to move and ready to shift. And to some people, that may be what you need to do. To some people, that may be what you need to do. But there are some of you that need to hear this video today, um, because you need to come to the realization of what's happening in your life. So, to begin this topic, we're kind of going to have to go back. We're going to have to go back because I had to go back in order to really understand this topic. Um, we're going back to 2020. We've yet to unpack it, but we really need to discuss it and how that time period, because I can't use certain words, how that time period um, led to what is going on currently in people's minds. So, as we know, prior to 2020, the world had never really been at a standstill. Not like that. We never saw the world at a standstill like that. And why do I say this? Because when other situations have arisen in history in which large demographics of people have all been affected at one time, it didn't stop business as usual. You still have to get up and go pick the grain from your yard, plow the field, lay the seeds, make the bread. You still had to go down to the markets and trade in order to make a living. But not this time. Not this time. 2020 was the only world stopping event that didn't only give us time, but also freedom. Okay, so when you're not working and you're in the house, the only thing you have time to do is to really look in. Look in. Who am I? What do I want? What does life look like for me? And what have I dealt with that I need to crush right now? That is what that season of life really brought for the world. Like clarity. I really got to think about every decision that I'm doing every single day because what else is there to think about? What else was there to do? Um, so, having that time during the 2020 craziness that took place to really sit and find the things that you like and have time to do it with a lot of people not having much responsibilities as it pertain to most of the stuff that you typically have as a responsibility when the whole world isn't shut down. um like having that time gave us room to really decide what we like a lot of people got into drawing, a lot of people picked up hobbies, a lot of people started making room for things outside of what they typically made room for. And once that ended, people went into the workforce and they began to feel drained because you got time to learn who you were or what you wanted or what you never wanted to deal with again. You got space to not see certain people who were unhealthy for you. You got a lot of introspection that you wouldn't have had space or time for. Like so much inward change took place during that period that now that people are returning to work, everybody is talking about how it feels as though life is being sucked out of them. Everybody feels this. Everybody feels this. Like this is life. Like for the next 40 years of my life, I have to work a 9 to 5. For the next 40 years of my life, I literally have to work. You mean to tell me 40 hours out of my week, bare minimum, I gotta spend making somebody else money. Like that is a real revelation to come to. And the thing about it is it's not even uh a level of clarity that you're coming to at 30 years old. Like this is 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds, like some even younger than that came to those conclusions. Like I really have to do that someday for the rest of my life just to be able to afford a house? Like, are you kidding me? And right now, there's a lot of people who are just sick of their positions, sick of their stations where God has placed them because it doesn't feel free. It feels like there's no freedom where you're at right now. But I'm here to tell you God gives us work for a reason. He gives us work for a reason. Don't let your comfort and your excitement trick you into damnation. Don't let the fact that you're comfortable with your job and you're excited about something that you've never fully known trick you into ruining everything. There are some people who God is in fact moving out of certain places 110%. 110%. But before you get up and run with your tail between your legs to a mystery place and doing a mystery thing, ask yourself, where is God in what I'm doing? And where will he be in where I am to go next? Yes, during 2020, in that era, you may have loved to play the violin, but don't let your heart trick you into quitting your day job to become a violinist in some random park in Ohio. Before you go and you're quick to jump ship, think, think. Because God does, in fact, need us everywhere, doing everything. But most importantly, he needs you where he needs you to be, doing what he's called you to do. We've come out of a time very recently where, in a lot of ways, our hearts got to wonder. That's dangerous. It's very dangerous. Not because it's necessarily an issue with you thinking for yourself, but when you don't apply logic to your situation and you lead with what your heart has desired, everything around you will crumble quicker than your discernment has time to catch up with. Idle hands are the quickest way to falling into the devil's trap. All those people who have money, who have all the money in the world and are living, what do we see happening with them in the news every single day? We get to see their Instagram reels, but what are the stories that we're hearing? What expose have they been a part of this week? Week after week, the most innocent seeming people from all walks of public popularity, actors, singers, rappers, influencers. We're finding out this person seems so normal and sweet and kind. They got a whole drug ring in their basement. Idle hands will get you to thinking up some very devious actions, but God keeps our hands busy for a reason, because he knows our hearts, and he knows where our hearts tend to go when we get some time. They get us to doing something very, 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 very silly and very foolish. Those idle hands, I'm telling you, they'll get you. They will get you. So yeah. So just something to keep in the back of your mind. Food for thought. Food for thought. But yeah. Let's leave off with this verse. Proverbs 13, verse 11. Wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it. Yeah, I'm not going to explain that one because what I want you to do is I want you to get into the comment section and I want you to explain it. How does that connect to the overarching theme that we've discussed in this video? What does that verse say and how does it connect? I'll leave that for you guys to decipher for yourself. Or rather, for the Holy Spirit that's working in you. Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, let me know what you think about that verse and in general. Thank you guys so much for your time today. And yeah, as per usual, I'm not going to do all that, but